She was bright, friendly, and loved to dream big. Her best friend was Emily, a girl who seemed perfect in every way, popular, smart, and skilled at everything she did. The two girls were inseparable, sharing secrets and dreaming of their futures. Together, they imagined going to the same college, starting a business, and traveling the world. One sunny afternoon, they sat under their favorite oak tree, making plans for the summer. "We should start a little project," Lily suggested excitedly. "We could make handmade crafts and sell them." Emily's eyes sparkled. "That's a great idea. Let's do it." They spent many evenings working together, crafting beautiful items and planning a small market stall. They were thrilled and excited, but sometimes Lily felt a hint of doubt. What if their project failed? As summer approached, Emily started to act differently. She spent less time with Lily and more time with other friends. One day, Lily found out that Emily had started a similar project but kept a secret. "I thought we were in this together," Lily said, feeling hurt and betrayed. Emily laughed. "You really thought we could succeed together? I'm sorry, but I want to shine on my own." Those words felt like a knife in Lily's heart. The betrayal stung deeply. In that moment, Lily didn't just lose a friend. She lost a belief in herself. Days turned into weeks, and the summer market day was closing in. Lily felt small and lost. She thought about giving up her craft project completely, but then something changed inside her. Instead of wallowing in sadness, she began to feel a flicker of determination. She decided to work hard, pouring all her energy into her crafts. She created colorful bracelets, painted flowers on rocks, and made beautiful greeting cards. After school, she spent hour after hour in her little room, surrounded by paint and ribbons. She even got help from her mom and younger brother, Jake, who cheered her on. "You can do this, Lily," Jake said, his small hands busy crafting a card alongside hers. As the market day approached, Lily felt a mix of excitement and fear. She had worked so hard, and the thought of failing still lingered. But now, she was more focused. She wanted to prove that she could succeed, even without Emily. On the big day, the sun shone brightly, and the park was bustling with people. Lily set up her stall, displaying all her crafts. She felt nervous, but she also felt strong inside. Slowly, people started to stop by, admiring and buying her crafts. With every sale, she felt a rush of happiness. Then she saw Emily across the park, her own stall filled with flashy products and a big crowd. At that moment, all the hurt rushed back. Emily looked so confident and happy. But instead of feeling angry or sad, a fire ignited inside Lily. She remembered all the hard work she had done and how far she had come. As the day went on, Lily's stall began to attract more visitors. She smiled and spoke to each person, sharing her stories and the love she put into her crafts. Soon, her stall became one of the most popular at the market. People loved her creations, and they appreciated her enthusiasm. Lily's heart soared when she made her biggest sale of the day to a kind lady who insisted on buying free bracelets for her granddaughters. "These are so beautiful. You have a special gift," the lady said, and Lily beamed with pride. Just then, Emily approached. Her face showed surprise. "Wow, Lily, this is incredible. I didn't expect this," she said, her tone filled with a mix of shock and admiration. Lily looked at her old friend and noticed something. Emily didn't seem as happy as she did, even with the crowd around her. "Thank you, Emily," Lily replied softly. "I worked really hard for this, and I'm proud of what I've accomplished." Emily nodded, a hint of regret in her eyes. "I see that now. I thought I needed to be better than everyone else, but I can see how special it is to share the journey with friends." Lily realized that Emily had her struggles too, but instead of feeling anger, Lily felt empathy. She smiled at her former friend. "Maybe we can learn from each other instead of competing?" Emily looked thoughtful. "I would like that." They stood there for a moment. Two girls who once dreamed together now finding a way to redefine their friendship. As the sun began to set, Lily tallied her earnings and was amazed at how well she did. She felt happiness not from the money but from the fulfillment of proving to herself that she could rise above the hurt. Through the challenges and betrayal, Lily gained more than she lost. She learned resilience and rediscovered her passion. As she packed her things, her heart was light. Despite the darkness of betrayal, it sparked a fire in Lily to push herself further. Emily had become her motivation to succeed, even if the journey looked different than she had imagined. In the end, she had grown stronger and more confident. Lily returned home, her mother and Jake cheering for her success. "You did it, Lily," they shouted. "I really did." Lily smiled, feeling more empowered than ever. She realized that sometimes friends may come and go, but the most important thing is the power within yourself to rise higher than you ever thought possible. And so, with a heart full of hope and determination, she began to think of new dreams and adventures, ready to embrace whatever came next. From that moment, she promised herself to always believe in her abilities, no matter what. And in that promise, she found her greatest strength. In this story include Astra's protagonist, Ryan, a hard-working and ambitious young professional. Astra's antagonist, Alex, Ryan's former best friend and colleague, who betrays him. Astra's supporting character. Asterisk Sarah, Ryan's supportive girlfriend. Asterisk Mr. Thompson, Ryan's mentor and boss. Hashtag the friend who betrayed me became my greatest motivation to rise higher than ever before. Ryan and Alex had been friends since college. They shared dreams, late-night study sessions, and a kind of camaraderie that only comes from navigating the turbulent waters of early adulthood together. After graduation, they both landed jobs at a promising tech startup, Innovate Solutions. Ryan, with his meticulous planning and unwavering dedication, quickly proved to be an invaluable asset. Alex, charismatic and quick-witted, excelled in client relations. For years, they were an unstoppable team. Ryan's innovative ideas, combined with Alex's persuasive charm, helped Innovate Solutions secure several high-profile clients. Their bond seemed unbreakable, a rare combination of friendship and professional respect. Sarah, Ryan's girlfriend, often joked that they were practically inseparable. However, beneath the surface, a subtle shift was occurring. Alex, initially content with their shared success, began to crave individual recognition. He wanted to be seen as the driving force behind Innovate Solutions' achievements. Ryan's quiet diligence started to grate on him. He felt overshadowed, his contributions minimized in Ryan's wake. The first sign of trouble appeared during a crucial project proposal. Ryan had spent weeks developing a groundbreaking software solution that could revolutionize the company's product line. He presented his ideas to Alex, expecting his usual enthusiastic support. Instead, Alex was strangely reserved. He offered lukewarm praise, pointing out minor flaws and suggesting radical changes that would effectively dismantle Ryan's core concept. Ryan, taken aback by Alex's sudden negativity, tried to reason with him. He explained the rationale behind his design choices, the potential benefits of the software, and the extensive research he had conducted. But Alex remained unconvinced, his arguments laced with a subtle undercurrent of envy. "I just think it's too complicated, Ryan," Alex said, his voice dripping with false concern. "Clients want simplicity, something they can easily understand. This is just going to confuse them." Despite his reservations, Ryan reluctantly agreed to incorporate some of Alex's suggestions. He trusted his friend's judgment, even if he didn't fully agree with it. He believed that compromise was essential for a successful partnership. But Alex's betrayal went far beyond mere disagreement. Behind Ryan's back, he began to undermine his efforts, spreading doubts about his competence to Mr. Thompson, their boss. He subtly took credit for Ryan's ideas, presenting them as his own during private meetings. He painted a picture of Ryan as a brilliant but impractical visionary, someone who needed Alex's guidance to bring his ideas to fruition. The atmosphere at Innovate Solutions began to change. Ryan sensed a growing distance between himself and his colleagues. His ideas were met with skepticism, his opinions dismissed. He felt isolated, adrift in a sea of uncertainty. One fateful afternoon, Mr. Thompson called Ryan into his office. He was direct and to point. "Ryan, I've been hearing some concerns about your performance," he said, his voice devoid of warmth. "Some people are questioning your ability to deliver results." Ryan was stunned. He had always been a top performer, consistently exceeding expectations. "I don't understand, Mr. Thompson," he stammered. "I've been working harder than ever." Mr. Thompson leaned back in his chair, his gaze unwavering. I'm not saying you're not working hard, Ryan, but hard work isn't enough. We need results. And frankly, I'm not seeing them. He then informed Ryan that he was being removed from the lead position on the project he had spearheaded. Alex would be taking over. Ryan was devastated. He felt betrayed, not only by Alex, but also by the company he had dedicated himself to. That evening, Ryan shared the news with Sarah. She listened patiently, her eyes filled with compassion. When he had finished, she took his hand and squeezed it tightly. Ryan, I know this is hard, she said softly, but don't let this break you. You're too talented to let one setback define you. Her words were like a lifeline in the storm. Ryan realized that he had a choice to make. He could succumb to despair, allowing Alex's betrayal to crush his spirit, or he could use it as fuel, a catalyst to rise higher than ever before. He chose the latter. The next morning, Ryan walked into Innovate Solutions with a newfound determination. He congratulated Alex on his promotion, masking his true feelings with a professional smile. He then requested a meeting with Mr. Thompson. I understand your concerns, Mr. Thompson, Ryan said, his voice calm and steady. And I respect your decision. But I want you to know that I'm not giving up. I'm going to prove to you that I'm capable of achieving great things. He then outlined a new project proposal, one that was even more ambitious and innovative than his previous one. He had spent the night refining his ideas, incorporating the feedback he had received, and developing a comprehensive plan for execution. Mr. Thompson was impressed. He saw a spark in Ryan's eyes, a fire that had been missing before. He agreed to give him a second chance, albeit with limited resources and a tight deadline. Ryan threw himself into the project with unwavering focus. He worked late nights, sacrificing weekends, pushing himself to the limit. He was driven by a burning desire to prove Alex wrong, to show Mr. Thompson that he had made a mistake, and most importantly, to prove to himself that he was capable of overcoming any obstacle. Meanwhile, Alex was struggling in his new role. He lacked Ryan's technical expertise and his ability to think strategically. He found himself overwhelmed by the complexities of the project, his initial confidence quickly evaporating. He tried to seek Ryan's help, but Ryan politely declined. He was focused on his own project, determined to succeed on his own terms. Weeks turned into months. Ryan's project began to take shape, exceeding all expectations. He developed a revolutionary new software platform that streamlined the company's operations, increased efficiency, and reduced costs. When he presented his findings to Mr. Thompson, he was met with thunderous applause. Mr. Thompson was ecstatic. He apologized for doubting Ryan's abilities and offered him a promotion to a senior management position. Ryan accepted the offer, his heart filled with gratitude and a sense of vindication. He had not only proven his worth, but had also surpassed Alex in every way. Alex, on the other hand, was demoted back to his old position. His reputation was tarnished, his confidence shattered. He realized that he had made a terrible mistake, that his envy and ambition had blinded him to the true value of friendship and collaboration. One day, Alex approached Ryan, his face etched with remorse. "Ryan, I'm sorry," he said, his voice barely a whisper. "I was wrong. I let my jealousy get the better of me. Can you ever forgive me?" In the small town of Willow Creek, where everyone knew each other, lived two best friends named Sarah and Lily. From the first day of kindergarten, they had been inseparable. They played together, studied together, and dreamed about their futures together. Sarah was outgoing and lively, while Lily was thoughtful and reserved. They balanced each other beautifully. As they grew older, their dreams began to take shape. Sarah aspired to be a lawyer, promising to stand up for those who couldn't, while Lily dreamed of becoming a writer, hoping to touch hearts with her stories. They supported each other, sharing their fears and ambitions as they navigated the rough waters of high school. Things started to change in their junior year. A new girl named Emily moved to Willow Creek. She was confident and charming, and many students were drawn to her, including Lily. Sarah felt a growing distance between her and Lily as Emily's friendship with Lily blossomed. Sarah tried to understand, wanting to include Emily in their friendship. But Emily had her eyes set on becoming the queen bee of the school, and she used any means necessary to achieve that. Slowly, Emily began to whisper doubts about Sarah into Lily's ear. She told Lily that Sarah wasn't good enough for big dreams. "You can't hang your future on her," Emily said, her voice sweet yet dangerous. Lily, caught between her two friends, found herself swayed by Emily's words. The friendship that once brought joy slowly turned into a quiet competition. One day, Sarah received a letter from a prestigious law school she had applied to, inviting her for an interview. She was over the moon. She rushed to share the news with Lily, eager to celebrate with her best friend. But when she found Lily in the cafeteria, sitting with Emily and laughing, Sarah felt a knot in her stomach. "Lily, I got the interview," Sarah exclaimed, holding the letter high. Lily looked up, but Emily quickly chimed in, "Oh, that's just luck, right? You know they pick a lot of people." Sarah felt a chill run through her. Instead of joy, she saw doubt reflected in Lily's eyes. "But Lily, I've worked so hard," Sarah started, but Lily shrugged. "Maybe you'll get lucky again." Those words hurt Sarah more than she could express. That night, as she laid in bed, Sarah felt a wave of betrayal wash over her. How could Lily doubt her, the one person who was supposed to believe in her the most? The next day, Sarah approached Lily, seeking clarity. But every time she tried to talk, Emily was there, planting seeds of mistrust. Finally, at the school's annual spring dance, Sarah confronted Lily once and for all. "Why don't you believe in me anymore?" she asked, her voice shaking. Lily looked conflicted, but before she could answer, Emily smiled sweetly and said, "Maybe you should stop dreaming so big." That hurt too much. In a moment of anger, Sarah shouted, "You're not my friend anymore, Lily," and walked away. The weeks that followed were the hardest for Sarah. She withdrew into herself, feeling the sting of lost friendship keenly. But as she prepared for her interview, she found a flicker of determination inside her. If Lily, her once best friend, didn't believe in her, then Sarah had to believe in herself even harder. The day of the interview finally arrived. Sarah was nervous but focused. She walked into the big building and sat in front of the panel. As they asked her questions, Sarah spoke passionately about her dreams and what law meant to her. She drew strength from the pain of betrayal, using it as fuel to express her true self. Days turned into weeks, and finally, a letter arrived with a decision. Sarah's hands trembled as she opened it. She was accepted into the law school of her dreams. Joy swept through her, but it was mixed with a bitter taste of betrayal lingering in her heart. Meanwhile, Lily had started to realize the truth. Emily had manipulated her in a way she hadn't seen before. She missed Sarah and the friendship they had. Alone and regretful, she ventured to find Sarah. When Lily approached Sarah at school, Sarah's defenses were up. "What do you want?" she asked. "I'm sorry, Sarah. I let Emily fill my head with lies." "I should have stood by you," Lily admitted, tears in her eyes. Sarah's heart softened a little. "It hurt when you didn't believe in me," she replied. "I was scared of losing you, but I lost you anyway." Lily said quietly, "I want to make it right." After a long pause, Sarah finally spoke. "It's going to take time, but I think we can start over," she said slowly. Lily nodded, her heart swelling with hope. "I'll support you in everything you do," she promised. From then on, they worked to rebuild trust. They would text each other about their dreams and fears, reminding one another their worth. Lily became Sarah's cheerleader, cheering her on at law school, while Sarah encouraged Lily to pursue her writing. Motivated by the pain of betrayal, Sarah excelled in her studies. She won awards and gained recognition. With every achievement, she felt stronger. She learned that sometimes the people we cherish can become sources of pain, but that pain can ignite a fire to rise higher than we ever imagined. In time, both friends found their paths aligned again. They took inspiration from their journey, and together they grew stronger. The betrayal that once threatened to break them became the very thing that bound them with an unbreakable bond of understanding. In the end, Sarah smiled because she had turned a painful chapter into a powerful drive for success. Lily stood proudly beside her, thankful for the lesson learned. Sometimes our greatest motivations come from unexpected places.